Hey guys, what's up? Recently, a lot of people have been finding out lately that I've been the only child at work, and they always ask me random questions like, oh, was I spoiled and all this stuff. So that got me thinking about the pros and cons of being the only child, because all of my friends have siblings. I'm the only one in my friends that I know of that's the only child. So let's just give you the pros and cons about being the only child. Let's just get started. Being alone for majority of the time. So growing up, I was pretty much the only child, so I didn't have anybody like whenever I was bored to hang out with or anything like that. So pretty much my imagination pretty much took over when I was little with my like WWE action figures or Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something like that, which you kind of need a second player to play with. But I honestly think that was something that I benefited a lot of, because my creativity was just crazy. My parents thought it was kind of awkward having that creative juice that I had when I was little, just talking about the random things, writing down stuff and all this stuff. I never read or did anything that usually people do when they're alone, which I probably should have read when I was alone, because that would have helped a lot during school. But that also is that I can honestly just be on my own like this right now, just talking to myself for days or weeks, probably a month, and I'll be fine just seeing my parents, going to work, coming back. I can do that probably for a while, and I would not even feel lonely or anything in that sort. But that also comes with a con, which is that I can easily distance myself away from people just like that without me even knowing, and then they think they did something, or vice versa, because I'll be in my own little world trying to do stuff. So out in public, I'll be in my own little world, and then they ask me questions and I'm spacing out and all this stuff. So that's pretty much the only con that I have, is that I can easily space out people or distance them, which is 2 of them. I just noticed that. The next one is creativity, which I kind of just talked about it, and being lonely. So pretty much like I said, creativity, I was alone. I had to come up with the world that I know I would like with my toys and all that stuff, with like your WWE action figures, coloring books, reading books. You have to use your imagination. So mine was like on level 20 and people's were like at 510 when I was in that age. That's what I'm thinking. So pretty much growing up, I've noticed that my creativity is a lot better when I'm alone instead of like in group projects. Yeah, I come up with ideas, but I'm usually just distracting myself, just thinking about an idea, and then I'll bring it up. So yeah, pretty much my creativity went up being the only child, what I think. So being around people while growing up. To this day, I would rather just hang out with 2 to 4 friends than like 6 to 10 at a party or something like that. Just because I find it more comfortable just hanging out with 2 to 4 friends, chilling in the living room, watching Netflix, or trying to beat somebody on FIFA or something like that with your friends. But for some reason, I get really nervous when I'm around people, hanging out with people that I don't know, which I know it's normal, but just give me a camera and tell me go to film stuff, and I will be golden talking to them like I knew them from like 2-3 years ago. Luckily, just give me a camera, tell me to go interview that person, and I'll talk to them fine. Do not know where to categorize this, but relying on somebody when I was little was kind of hard because I was the only one, not counting my parents. So pretty much if I did not want to talk to my parents about something, I would have to rely on myself just to get through it, which sounds weird because go a little kid doing something, trying to get through it without telling their parents. It just sounds weird, but you know what I mean, like middle school or higher. So yeah, people with siblings would have them, and then I would have my parents if I wanted to, but it would usually just be myself. Growing up, a lot of people said I was mature. I was more mature than other kids just because I would use my manners and all this stuff, just be more polite than most kids nowadays. But yeah, people thought I was more mature for my age whenever they talked to me or got to know me, which I don't know if that's true or not from my friends that actually do know me. So I texted some of my friends to ask me some questions about being the only child, and these are the questions I got. Do you wish you had siblings at all? So when my family says the same questions to me and my parents, I'm like, kind of, not really. Were you a spoiled brat? I would say I was spoiled. I do know that, but I never bragged about it like, oh, hey, look, I got a new iPhone. Hey, look, I got a new toy. I got a new stuff and all that stuff. I always kept it to myself, never told anybody until they came and they're like, oh, you got this stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I got this like 2 weeks ago or something like that. Here, you can play with it, go ahead. I don't mind. So I would say I was spoiled, but I wasn't full on like, look what I got. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little being the only child video. Which, if you guys are the only child, make sure to leave a comment down below saying your guys' pros and cons about being the only child. And if you have siblings, leave something about you and the siblings that's a pro and a con. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time with a new video.